The wind howls across the Giza plateau, carrying whispers of centuries past. Dust swirls around a giant silhouette, the Great Pyramid. They called him a god, a tyrant, a mystery, but he left behind the most enduring monument on earth. One man, one mountain of stone. This is the story of Khufu and the Great Pyramid, Egypt's monument to eternity. Our story begins with a king named Sneferu. He ruled Egypt in the 26th century BCE and was known as a great builder. Under his reign, the pyramids took a sharp turn from their bent pyramid predecessor. Gone are the stepped sides and flat tops, replaced with smoother slopes and majestic points. The Red Pyramid, his last and greatest construction feat, set the stage for a new dynasty of monumental achievement. The Red Pyramid, his last and greatest construction feat, set the stage for a new dynasty of monumental achievement. It also set the backdrop for a young prince's ambitions, a boy who would one day inherit the throne and shape history forever. His name was Khufu, meaning the shining, and his childhood would be spent among the rising stones, learning from the best architects, listening to master builders, and dreaming of a legacy that touched the heavens. The Nile River winds its way through Egypt like a shimmering thread of destiny. Along its banks, the sun rises over the horizon, setting the sands aglow. For Khufu, the river held more than just beauty. It represented life, abundance, and connection. The Nile flowed not just north to south, but bound the people and the Pharaoh together in a shared destiny. It was here along the Nile, where the lifeblood of Egypt flowed, that Khufu would get the idea that would change history forever. A pyramid that reaches for the heavens, a tomb that becomes a beacon of eternity. A pyramid that reaches for the heavens, a tomb that becomes a beacon of eternity. With this epiphany comes a surge of energy and determination. The Red Pyramid, a masterpiece of its time, is still standing, but Khufu knows it won't do. He needs something bigger, bolder, and more breathtaking. He summons his architects and workers, men who have toiled under the scorching sun, shaping limestone into wonders. Now he has a new commission for them: build me a pyramid, one that has never been built before, a pyramid of unprecedented scale and grandeur. News of Khufu's vision spreads like ripples across the water, carrying the call to action across the land. Farmers lay down their tools, merchants leave their stalls, and craftsmen abandon their projects. All are summoned to the royal court. There, Khufu unveils his dream, a pyramid that defies imagination. But as the crowds buzz with excitement, a small group, including Khufu's trusted advisor Hemiunu, look at each other with a mixture of fascination and concern. They know what lies ahead will be a monumental task, a test of human endurance and ingenuity. The workers begin arriving from all corners of Egypt, drawn by the promise of glory and the allure of the unknown. Soon a tent city sprawls near the river, teeming with families, children, and skilled laborers. It's a microcosm of Egypt itself, united by a common purpose. As the pyramid grows taller, so does the legend of Khufu. Some whispered that he wanted to reach the heavens and touch the stars. Others said he was obsessed with immortality and wanted to become a god. Regardless of the rumors, everyone was captivated by the sheer scale of the endeavor. It was as if Khufu was trying to defy the very laws of nature. Then there was Hemiunu, Khufu's right-hand man, whose true role in the construction of the pyramid remains shrouded in mystery. Some believe he was just a trusted advisor, while others claim he was the mastermind behind the entire operation. What we know for sure is that without Hemiunu's guidance, the project might not have come to fruition. He was the glue that held the operation together, ensuring that each block was placed perfectly and that the pyramid stood strong against the elements. There are many theories on how the Egyptians built the pyramids. Some believe they used massive ramps, while others think they employed pulleys and inclined planes. Whatever methods they used, It's hard to imagine the sheer amount of manpower required to move these enormous stones. It's estimated that it took tens of thousands of workers decades to complete the Great Pyramid, which makes it one of the most ambitious construction projects ever undertaken. As the pyramid neared completion, anticipation grew. People came from all over to witness the unveiling of Khufu's masterpiece. When it was finally finished, they gasped in awe. The Great Pyramid of Giza stood as a testament to human ingenuity, a symbol of Egypt's greatness and a final resting place for a pharaoh who dared to dream big. When Khufu died, he was mummified and placed inside the pyramid. According to legend, his coffin weighed over 20 tons and was made of solid gold. Today, his tomb remains empty. But that doesn't mean he isn't there. It's believed that his remains were lost when the pyramid was plundered in the 14th century. Still, the myth of Khufu's burial chamber continues to captivate people around the world. As the years passed, the Great Pyramid of Giza became a wonder of the ancient world. It stood as the tallest man-made structure for over 3,800 years and was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. But the true wonder was how it was built. The Egyptians didn't have any advanced technology or heavy machinery. They built the pyramids by hand, hauling huge blocks of stone and mortar up a steep incline and placing them precisely one at a time. It's hard to imagine the strength and determination it must have taken to complete such an ambitious project. Today, the Great Pyramid of Giza is the oldest and only remaining wonder of the ancient world. It's a testament to the ingenuity and determination of the Egyptian people and a symbol of a pharaoh who dared to dream big. Khufu's legacy lives on in the ancient structure he left behind, a reminder of a time when humans pushed the boundaries of what was possible. And yet, for all his accomplishments, little is known about Khufu himself. Historians have pieced together his story from ancient texts and archaeological evidence, but much of what we know is based on speculation and legend. Some sources paint him as a benevolent ruler, while others depict him as a ruthless tyrant. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between. What we do know is that Khufu was a visionary who saw the potential of his kingdom. He understood the power of the Nile and the importance of trade and agriculture. He also knew the value of art and architecture and how they could be used to promote the glory of Egypt. Another area where Khufu excelled was in the realm of trade. He established a vast network of merchants and explorers who traveled throughout the known world, bringing back exotic goods and spreading the influence of Egypt. His economic policies helped to make Egypt the wealthiest kingdom in the ancient world. But perhaps Khufu's greatest legacy is the example he set for future generations of Egyptians. He showed them what could be achieved through hard work, determination, and a belief in the power of their culture and their land. The name Khufu means shining one, and he certainly lived up to that name. He shone brightly in the annals of history, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire and amaze us today. So, as you stand in the shadow of the Great Pyramid of Giza, remember the man who dared to dream big and reach for the heavens. Remember Khufu, the Shining One. But Khufu did not build the Great Pyramid alone. Behind every stone, every angle, every heartbeat of that colossal monument stood thousands of ordinary Egyptians, farmers, masons, bakers, architects and laborers, men and women whose names history forgot, but whose hands shaped eternity. Who were these people? What drove them to toil under the scorching sun? In our next episode, we journey beyond the Pharaoh to uncover the lives, the labor, and the lasting legacy of the pyramid builders. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more fascinating stories from history. Also, let us know in the comments who you think Khufu really was, and what do you think was his true legacy. One of Khufu's greatest achievements was the construction of the Great Sphinx, a monumental statue with a lion's body and a human head that still stands guard over the Giza Plateau today. The Sphinx is a reminder of Khufu's ability to inspire awe and wonder in those who behold his creations.